And welcome to another edition of Quick Hitters of the Week, part of the Catfish on Ice podcast. This is Chad Mitten, your host, and welcome to another edition as we just saw the Preds have a really big weekend back-to-back against the Winnipeg Jets, against the Minnesota Wild. A lot happened. A lot went on. The Preds ended up splitting the back-to-back. They lost to the Winnipeg Jets 6-4 on Saturday, turned around on Sunday and got a big win over the Minnesota Wild, 5-2. That game was insane, crazy to watch. A lot of quick goals scored by the Preds early on, and they were able to get a win. They're now 2-4-0 on the season. And so with that, I've got my three quick hitters of this past week of Nashville Predators hockey. Again, this is Chad Mitten, host of Catfish on Ice podcast, part of the Hockey Podcast Network. And of course, we are presented by DraftKings, so go get the DraftKings app now. Use our promo code THPN to get exclusive offers, including a $5 bet on any NFL team. And if they win, you can get $200 in free bets. That's the current promotion going on right now with DraftKings. So go do that. Let's get it rolling this week with our quick hitters of the week. And what better way to start off this week's quick hitters than showing some love to Connor Ingram. Connor Ingram got his first NHL start yesterday against the Minnesota Wild. And it was big. It was huge. So, of course, David Riddick is in COVID protocols right now. And so that brought Connor Ingram up to the NHL level, backing up UC Saros. Saros finally needed a break after starting the first 5 games of the season. Connor Ingram gets his opportunity against an undefeated Minnesota Wild team that has plenty of scoring threats on their team, including Kaprizov. And guess what he does? He goes out there and looks like he's been doing this for years and years. He looked so comfortable in the crease. He was in the right spot. He was making clutch save after clutch save. You can argue that Minnesota kind of sleptwalked through that game a little bit, but be that as it may, Connor Ingram definitely had something to do with that. The team in front of him did him a lot of favors by giving him an early lead. The Preds jumped on the Wild quickly. Ryan Johansen had 2 goals in the first period, but I don't want to take any credit away from Connor Ingram in his performance. He ends up putting up 33 saves on 35 shots faced. Just for comparison's sakes, Pekka Rinne made his NHL debut for the Predators in December of 2005 against the Chicago Blackhawks. Cannot believe it was that long ago. And Pekka had 35 saves in that debut. Also a win against the Blackhawks in 2005 for a .925 save percentage. Connor Ingram, 33 saves, boasted a .943 save percentage. So, Connor Ingram, you're quickly in some good company already when it comes to Preds goaltenders all time as you shine in your NHL debut. I'm so happy for Connor Ingram and the journey he's been on. Of course, he posted on his Twitter. You should go look it up. He posted a really inspiring message on his Twitter shortly after the game. I'll pull it up real quick here, where he basically just said, look, 9 months to the day that he asked for assistance and asked for help through the assistance program with the NHLPA. And he went and got help. And 9 months to the day, he's starting an NHL game and gets an NHL win. Just so amazing. And of course, he brought up that you should always put your mental health first. Hashtag let's talk. Just awesome in so many ways. That really just transcends sports. It's way bigger than a win or a loss, but it's that much more perfect that he got the win. You saw the goalie hugs after the game. His teammates were embracing him. Just awesome all the way around. So happy for Connor Ingram. So that is, of course, my first quick hitter of the week. My second quick hitter of the week is also positive, but it's more about the X's and O's, and that is the Nashville Predators power play is suddenly cooking. And I put a question mark after that because I don't think you can't go off of 2 or 3 games and say suddenly the Nashville Predators have a strength at their power play. But they do appear to be building on something. They have now had 5 power play goals dating back to their first one of the season against the Kings. So that spans over 4 games now. Not as efficient as maybe you would like, but it's definitely progress considering how bad the Preds have been on the power play for so long. And you're just seeing some really key contributors get in on the power play action right now, including Nick Cousins of all people. Nick Cousins suddenly almost looks comfortable in that role of being in front of the net, making things happen, looking for deflection goals, looking for rebound goals. That's how he scored. That's how he scored his power play goal recently. So suddenly, if Nick Cousins is out there scoring power play goals, then wow, something crazy is going on there. But yeah, so you got that going for the Preds. It's one of those things where, I mean, you're seeing Tomasino make an impact on the power play. He's making an impact all over. Phil Tomasino has a power play goal. Roman Josi has a power play goal during this stretch. Matt Duchene, and of course, Ryan Johansen. They've all got power play goals. So suddenly, can this turn into a strength for this team? I'll tell you what, if the Preds can suddenly make this a consistent thing where every game they are tough to beat and they're because of their power play, then suddenly I get a little bit more optimistic about maybe this team being a wild card team. But I'm going to need to see a lot more proof before I'm going to jump to that conclusion. But they do seem to appear to be building on something. So that is my second quick hitter of the week. The Preds are power play appears to be cooking, but I'm going to put a question mark, a big question mark behind that. So we will approach that with cautious optimism. How about that? But they do seem to be building on something. So that is really encouraging to see as the Preds get ready for their next game, which is coming up Tuesday against the San Jose Sharks, which suddenly the San Jose Sharks look like a decent team. So can't pencil that in as a win at all. But that's their next opponent. Let's get to our final quick hitter of the week. Again, this is Chad Mitten, host of Catfish and Ice, part of the Hockey Podcast Network. We're going to be recording episode 74 of the podcast later tonight. So get ready for that. We will have all of our full episodes on our YouTube channel. And right here where you're watching Quick Hitters of the Week, you can go to our playlist and find all of our full episodes. You can find other stuff that we put on the channel as well. So please go do that. Let's get to our final Quick Hitter of the Week. And that is Eeli Tolvanen is unfortunately hurt, and we don't know how long he may be out for. We will probably get an update on that on Tuesday. So we're kind of left in the dark right now, but he took a very, very nasty hit to the boards. I wouldn't call it necessarily a malicious hit. It was one of those things where it was bang, bang, and he took a really awkward spill head first into the boards, and he was laying on the ice for quite a time. He was very visibly shook up by it and had to be helped to his feet, skated off the ice, didn't come back into the game. That is a really unfortunate break for Tolvanen because he dealt with an injury last season that derailed his rookie campaign where he was starting to get some Calder Trophy mentions, and then he missed all that time, and so he fell out of that race. So it's very unfortunate this early in the season to see Tolvanen knocked out of the lineup. We got to hope it's not for too long, but that's definitely going to shake up the chemistry once more on this lineup because I really liked what I was seeing with Tolvanen and with Tomasino and with Novak as a line, just because they're a young line and they've played together in the minor leagues before. And even though I didn't like Tolvanen not getting as many minutes on the ice, I thought that was a little bit of an unfortunate thing there. I was still starting to see a little promise with that line. And so it just really stinks for Tolvanen that he's going to miss. This really makes the lineup decisions even more difficult for John Hynes now. Does that mean that Rocco Grimaldi once again finds his way back into the lineup? I would think that's what's going to happen on Tuesdays. We're going to see Rocco Grimaldi back in there. Where you put him in the lineup, I would think you would probably slot him in on the third or fourth line once again, and hopefully he can kind of find a little bit of the lightning in a bottle like he's done in the past. And but that's probably their first choice is to put Rocco Grimaldi back in there, or who knows? I mean, we'll have to see how long the injury is, but that also possibly opens up the opportunity for Igor Afanasyev to get back into the NHL and actually get his first NHL start. I still think that's probably a little ways away from happening, but there is an opening now. I would expect it to be Rocco Grimaldi. Of course, you've also got Cody Glass, who the coach has already said we want to get him down in Milwaukee. We want to let him develop down there, build his confidence. And so I can't see them yanking Cody Glass right back up to the NHL when they just sent him down there to develop in Milwaukee on their top line down there. And so I would fully expect to see Rocco Grimaldi back in the lineup now that Eeli Tolvanen is out. If he is indeed out, which it looks like he will at least miss one game, I would not expect to see him on Tuesday against the Sharks. That would be a really quick turnaround after taking a really ugly, nasty hit into the boards head first. Let's hope there's no concussion symptoms involved in this or anything like that. But again, we really wish him a speedy recovery because the Preds really do need his scoring output because they are very, very weak in that area. They just don't have a lot of potency with their goal scorers. And so we need Tolvanen back really, really quickly. And with that, that is our quick hitters of the week. Again, Connor Ingram gets his first NHL win. Congrats to him. The power play might be cooking. Question mark there. Cautious optimism, but it's looking better. And then, of course, Eeli Tolvanen is out. What does that mean for the lineup moving forward? It could mean that Rocco Grimaldi gets back in. Make sure you stay tuned for later this evening for episode 74 of Catfish and Ice. We appreciate everyone for watching. Thank you for watching this edition of Quick Hitters of the Week. This is Chad Mitten, your host of Catfish and Ice, part of the Hockey Podcast Network and presented by DraftKings. Get the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use promo code THPN. $5 bet, get you $200 in free bets if the NFL team of your choosing wins their game. Easy money there. Go do it. We'll see you later tonight for episode 74. Thanks for watching this week's Quick Hitters.